Neuvillette or Mavuika. Neuvillette is a character that everyone wants, and for good reason. He's incredible and he's really easy to use, and he's in the banners now. Not to mention, he's really easy to build as well. Genshin Impact players want Neuvillette or have Neuvillette because he absolutely obliterates everything in his path. He's a Hydro character and scales off HP, so his damage increases really quickly, and his passives just make him an absolute powerhouse not to be messed with. Not to mention, since he is a Hydra character, that means he has many options in terms of elemental reactions to really dish out an impressive amount of damage. Just invest in his charge attacks or normal attacks and he can do great things for your team and just give too much damage to the opponents that they cannot possibly stand. Now, Neuvillette is and has been a staple for many Abyss teams simply because of how quick he clears the content and how easy it is for you to make him a strong character. In fact, it was so funny how easy it was for him that a lot of people just increased their sensitivity, their mouse sensitivity, their whatever it was called, and just did an absolute Beyblade amount of damage. Just kill everything in a radius and it's all good to go. He's just that ridiculous. And he also has accessible 4-star options that not many characters do. In fact, he has really accessible 4-star options that have been released since the game has begun in 1.0, and it's just so easy to build him, it's kind of ridiculous. This makes him an easy choice for many if you are lacking a DPS that can do a lot for your team. Now, with Mavuika, we know that she's going to be an absolutely incredible character and she can deal loads of damage. But what type of damage exactly? We're talking about she's going to damage, DPS. She's going to do it off field, and she's also going to buff herself and her teammates and absolutely massacre everything on the field with a motorcycle. She's definitely a new character and can do different things, but also you should know that she does off-field damage, and I'm going to say that again. This is very important, and it's something that Neuvillette can't do. This is a big sway over who to pick because off-field damage in Genshin is massive. I'm not talking about the low tapered fade. Now, Mavuika wields a claymore and does pyro damage, which means she also does have access to elemental reactions that deal a lot of damage, like vaporize or melt. Now, since Mavuika also deals off-field damage, it makes her the ideal pick for the pyro slot in game, and she buffs your active character too. This just gives her a very valuable amount of things that you just can't pass up on. Now, the thing with Mavuika is that her burst does not consume energy, but rather fighting spirit. This is a new mechanic that's going to be specifically for Mavuika, which makes her unique in that way, which does complicate things a little bit in terms of team compositions, which does suck. And I'd give a point in favor of the Hydro Dragon for that. Now, she does have something that Neuvillette does not, and that is the motorcycle, which can climb mountains and hills and easily cross vast lands, and is something that Neuvillette simply cannot do. Now, this is mainly going to work in Natlan because of phlogiston, but it does work elsewhere, but with a much smaller delay. At the end of the day, it seems like both of these characters are great in their own way and have something to offer, and the game of Genshin Impact does not really require much, and it is a game that you can legit play with any character that you personally like. But in this case, I'd personally go for Mavuika, just because right now, Natlan region, new fun factors in play, and simply because Neuvillette has been here for a while. And I just think that she's going to be a pretty fun character to play with. That's just pretty much it. Now, this does not mean that Neuvillette is not a good character. In fact, if you still get him now, he's going to do way too much for you, and he's going to be absolutely incredible. He's excellent and can solo content even if you build him correctly. Neuvillette definitely took the game by storm in Fontaine, but maybe now it is time for an Archon like Mavuika to shine for a while, and we can see her potential after she is released. So, who to pick? Mavuika or Neuvillette? The answer is as easy as pick whoever you like. For fun factor, I'd say go for Mavuika to just change things up. But for ease of build and team comps and just damage in general, go for Neuvillette. He does a lot, and personally, I have him. He just absolutely clears content so quick. So if you need 80 PS, Neuvillette. Simply as that.